We're live. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. We're gonna do a everything Star Wars talk and stream today, and I got my always talented guest here, Phil TMNT. Welcome, Phil.
Hello there.
So, with everything coming out of Book of Boba Episode 5, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about certain interesting fan theories. I want to talk about why some people aren't understanding or really getting into Book of Boba. So just a general Star Wars talk. Anything we want to talk about? Definitely. I guess it's not any comments. Morning, Jet Sparks. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Jet.
Just overall everything discussion, but mostly talking about Book of Boba and certain fan theories from some of our friends that I find hilarious and interesting at the same time. See, never regret playing it. Are you talking about KOTOR? Yeah. Like here's the thing. When they're talking about the Krayt Dragon and the Tuskens, KOTOR 1, there's a level that's dedicated to just Tatooine. And
yeah, like there's level that's dedicated to Tatooine, Kashyyyk, Dantooine, Death. Like I think Dathomir, right? Or Tython. It's Tython. And a few other planets are like levels.
I heard, I heard a bunch of fan theories last night. It wasn't just Saggies. That's not the only one. There are certain things that were done in the EU that, if you look at it from a certain perspective, are kind of creepy. Like, everybody gives people shit for the sequels and not going the EU route. But like, if you look at EU, even after Luke found out that Leia was his sister, he was trying awfully hard to freaking impress her. So yeah, if you look at it that way, it was like,
Well, I feel like after he found out that Leia was his sister, I think like with the impress aspect for any of you who are still thinking it's weird, like I think it's like, yeah, at first he was trying to impress her because he thought that she was a very hot, beautiful girl that he wanted to bang. But after he found out that she was his sister, he wanted to impress her as a brother.
you could say it either way. I heard some interesting fan theories that he still was trying to woo her and he was jealous over Han. I was like, where you get your facts from? And then they would take parts of like the books. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. If you look at it from a certain perspective, he could. But yeah, that was Broden. If you sub to his channel, Broden and Chris and them, they had that fan theory, which is interesting. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying it's interesting. And then Saggy came up with the greatest fan theory that I've ever heard in my life on her stream last night. She thinks that Grogu is going to get indoctrinated into the Mandalorians. He is going to somehow overcome Mando in combat, take the dark saber, and roll over Mandalore. I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
I mean, that would be an interesting concept to do. He probably wants all those like little snacks that infants will want.
Yeah. Grogu with the dark saber. Just the thought of Grogu with the dark saber. I'm sorry, it's funny. But yeah, it's like, and me and Saggy were debating this. I'm like, that's never gonna happen. And you're like, I know all about the Mandalorians because I hated the Mandalorians until Mando. I hated the Mandalorians.
See, I didn't really mind Mandalorians before. I never really cared.
No, it's like
like I never really took
Yeah.
a special interest in them until like Mandalorian. That's when I really started to look into them, like start taking some sort of interest. Even when I saw them in the Clone Wars, I was like,
And
all right.
in KOTOR, they do a huge deep dive in the Mandalorians.
See, that was like before I even got like was able to play KOTOR, so I like didn't have that KOTOR knowledge set in me at the
Mm-hmm.
time, as much as I do now.
Yeah. Like, so I'm a huge KOTOR buff and Old Republic. So there's a lot of things that I do know, especially when it comes to Old Republic. The EEU stuff that's like Darth Bane era and stuff, I'm still trying to learn. And then like post Skywalkers, that I'm still trying to learn. I started watching Theory because Star Wars Theory because he does deep dives on Plagueis and all that, which is really freaking good. Go check out Star Wars Theory. He has a lot of deep dives and EU stuff that people normally don't talk about. So it's very interesting, and he gets it straight from the source material. So Star Wars Theory is probably one of the most legit. Him, Ryan Kinnell, and Echo Base, they have amazing content, and they're if you want to know Star Wars down the middle, not one-sided or showing favoritism either way. Freaking those guys are awesome to check out. Uh, so like when you start on Book of Boba episode 1 and they're doing the Tuscans, that's straight out of KOTOR 1. Because when in KOTOR 1 they prove that the Tuscans aren't savages, not completely, but when they feel threatened by taking their land, then they're short-tempered. As
See,
long as
that's
you
like
show them
one
honor and
thing.
respect, then yeah.
That's one of the things I like about Book of Boba. Even though I'm happy in one of those camps where I feel like they sort of like I was like griping on how much flashbacks there were so far, and I do like how they show that not all Tuscans are the assholes that we come to know in like Attack of the Clones or A New Hope.
Yeah.
I like how we got more of that, but I
Yeah.
also feel before I finish my point, I also feel like this show would be better been like as like released all at once, so it can have better love or praise out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I definitely agree 100%. And that was the thing that I liked about. I've liked all the episodes of Book of Boba. Some people have criticized it, but I'm like, and then especially episode 3, if you play KOTOR, the dialogue, the storylines, the way they go about their format is almost, I wouldn't say identical, but it is very close to KOTOR 1.
Oh yeah.
It's very close to it. So yeah, if you're well versed in the KOTOR games, then yeah, like a lot of people, I'm like, why'd you dislike? Well, the colors and it looked like the Power Rangers and that stuff. And then I'm like, have you played KOTOR? Oh no, I've heard of Revan, but I've never played the Knights of the Old Republic games. I'm like, okay. Those references, yeah. Book of Boba was very source material, especially out of so many things out of freaking KOTOR that it resembled, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, when it comes to Tuscans, is that stuff. Like the Mandalorians were it's pretty much a mix between Vikings and samurais. They're all about honor, they're about war, they're about fighting. They're brutes. In the Old Republic era, they were manipulated by Vitiate, and they took over the Republic, and they waged war, and they were slaughtering by the thousands. And then a young Jedi Knight by the name of Revan couldn't take it anymore. He felt echoes through the Force every time. It was like when Obi-Wan felt that echo through the Force when Alderaan got blown up. But Revan felt it all the time. He couldn't take it anymore. And he had such a love for people that he's like, we got to do something. And then the Jedi wanted the big bad to reveal themselves. And Revan was impatient and didn't want to wait. So then he started a group called the Revankists to try to battle the Mandalorians. And the council at first did not approve, but then eventually gave their blessing. And Revan and his best friend Malik, who was also a Jedi Knight, ended up going to war against, and they had a group of Jedi and Republic, and they went to war against the Mandalorians. And Revan was so smart as far as strategy that he ended up defeating the Mandalorians. And through that, defeating Mandalore, he found out a way to find who the true Sith was, the actual Sith Empire. And then you got the rest of the Revan story there. But my whole point is that the Mandalorians were not nice people, and they were brutes. And that's why when you see Mandalorian season 1, the armor's talking about a group of sorcerers called the Jedi that use a power called the Force, and why Mando's asking were they our enemy, and that's why. Now, Sag also mentioned how many Mandalorians were also Jedi. It was only one.
One that I think we know about, right? Or
yeah.
one?
No, it's just one period because it didn't happen. Because the Mandalorians and the Jedi have been fighting for thousands upon thousands of years. Jedi are very passive and only fight in self-defense pretty much. And the Mandalorians are brutes and love to fight war in their honor. Like, that's their whole code. And so yeah, they've always normally, like, Jedi and Mandalorians don't mix. So that's why there's only been one. But yeah, let me get to Jack Spark comment.
Sure.
Says they're trying to reintroduce elements, but Disney. I think it's more of a Favreau thing. I think there are elements that he likes. To be able to tell the Mandalorian story, you have to go EU. You don't have a choice. Yeah, you could go all sequel trilogy and start fresh, but he wants to use that source material because it makes everything fit.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. I can see that what he's trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's Oh, Nate's here. What's up, Nate? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's Nate. We better run.
Hey.
2319. It's a 2319.
But yeah, that's Nate. I was just explaining the backstory of the original Mandalorians in Old Republic and where they go from there. So I don't like. They want to say that certain groups of Mandalorians it's like religious nuts or cultist. I don't think it's that. In every tribe or every group, you have people known as, or even fandom, you have people known as purists. They believe in the old ways and that the old ways should always stay and that you should never conform or change. And those are your purists. And back in the day, you never took off your helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorians would never take off their helmet. Why do they never take off their helmet? Because it was to signify that no one Mandalorian is more important than the other. The only Mandalorian that is more important than the other is the leader of the Mandalorians, who is deemed Mandalore. He has a gold helmet compared to the rest of them. And that is who basically the head of the table is, and everyone falls in line with whoever Mandalore is. Mandalore is also known as King. So that's the reason why in the old ways and why they didn't want people taking off the helmet, is to show that there is no difference, that they're all one and the same, uniformity, basically. Uh, so that was the rule. Some people think that that rule is of the past and that's a little hardcore, like Bo-Katan thinks that's ridiculous. But then you have people like the Armor and her tribe that want to pay homage to the tradition and stick to the old ways. Uh, I want to see in season 3 Armor and Bo-Katan get in a fight, and Bo-Katan's more obsessed with getting the Armor's helmet off to expose, and then it happens, and then what's she gonna do? They're so critical over Mando, and their tribe keeping the helmet off. What happens if you get in a fight and they knock your helmet off? That's what I'm curious.
I think I am willing to admit this could be far-fetched for sure, but I think next season has a really good potential of Mando saying, "Fuck the old ways. I'm going to take off my helmet. I do not care if the armor doesn't want me back. I'm going to pull a Boba Fett and constantly take off my helmet."
Yeah, I think you're totally right, dude. I think that's why he's questioning everything and he's asking Armor, what about Bo-Katan Kryze? Have you heard of her? What's her story? Things like that. Like, what's your view of her? And that's like Armor's like, she is great, but she was gifted. And when you're gifted the dark saber instead of earning it through combat, your reign is cursed. And that's why she fell, and that's why her attempt at leading Mandalore ended up destroying the Mandalorians and Mandalore because she did not earn it the right way. So she was cursed. She had a cursed reign because she didn't earn it the right way. And I just thought that was beautiful. Because if you watch Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff like that, the Armor ain't exactly wrong. Jet Spark says Civilization X gives. Oh yeah, that's how I found out about the 400 history of Revan. Revan was 400 years old when he died. So
yeah. Actually, that's a pretty good lifespan for humanoids.
Yeah, and he was a human too. And another theory was that okay, he's a foundling. All right, here's another thing. Foundlings they can be part of the tribe and the clan, and they can be respected, but they're never going to lead. It takes a pure blood Mandalorian to lead. And there are 3 original families. It's almost like the mafia when it comes to Mandalorians. I know a lot about Mandalorians, so yeah. There are 3 big families in Mandalorians. You got the Vizslas, you got the Fetts, and you got the Ordos. Those are the 3 top families. And they say, why Boba? Why Boba? His family name is legendary. If he wanted to, he could probably get acceptance as a Fett. Because where he is a unaltered direct clone of Jango. Jango did embrace the Fetts and was destined to take over and rule Mandalore, but of course, our buddy Mace Windu chopped off his head. So he didn't get that chance. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like to the old Mandalorians, bounty hunting was like, that was an abomination. That was a slap in the face. They did it, but it was like, they only did it because they had no other work to do because their tribe was destroyed by Revan. Mandalorians hate Revan with a passion. Yeah. So, because Revan destroyed the Mandalorians pretty much. After he won the Mandalorian Wars, all the remaining tribes split up into different groups. And that's what you have now. But yeah, Civilization, Jet Sparks, Civilization X has great content. That's how I found out about Revan. That's how I found out about Darth Bane. They have a ton of EU content. But yeah. And they give timelines and everything. So it's like, what's this timeline compared to original trilogy? What's this timeline compared to... They put everything together. They basically mix EU and canon and make it fit. And I love that. and Beskar armor speaks, we listen.
How do you feel about the Darksaber hilt being made out of Beskar?
Ooh, I actually like that. I like that idea. Beskar is strong in the first place.
Okay. Because I'm for context, for those of you who hasn't seen that episode, which I suggest you guys go watch the episode, but they do actually confirm that the Darksaber's like hilt is made out of Beskar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. Well, that makes sense because that is the alloy armor of Mandalorians. I also love the fact that Armor thinks that using Beskar as a weapon, with the exception of Darksaber, is an abomination because Beskar should only be used for armor, not as a offensive weapon. Only be used for defense. And so it's like the Miyagi thing. She's essentially a female Miyagi, but she's a little more stuck in her ways than Miyagi was. So
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Miyagi, even though you can say that he was stuck in his ways to a certain extent, he was more open minded.
Yes, he was a whole lot more open minded. I would definitely agree with that. But yeah, Mandalore, in order for someone to lead Mandalore and the group as a clan, you have to unite all. And I love you, Saggy, but not all clans are going to unite under Baby Yoda. All right.
Whoa, Josh, you gotta give her some credit. It's the Melons clan that was going to unite under the Grogu rule.
The Melons clan. Oh my god. Good one, Phil.
Don't be saggy.
Melons clan. No, but see, you have to unite the casuals like Bo-Katan, and then you have to unite the purists. Bo-Katan herself could unite all of them. Mm-hmm. Or if she won the saber against Mando in combat, she could unite all the clans. Or Armor could unite the clans. Of course, they're going to feel like they're slaves, but pretty much.
I don't think if the Armor fights Mando Din Djarin, stop I see that name.
Oh, come on. It was actually a good one, dude. I liked it. That was a good one Phil did. He said the Melon clans is going to unite them all. Yeah, and the Melon clans consist of 2,500 Baby Yodas. So, yeah. Nah, we love you, Sag. We're just picking, that's all.
But I was going to say that I feel like if the Armor does fight Din Djarin, I think she will have it for like a little while, and then Bo-Katan will see that she has it, and I think that could initiate a fight like about. I'm over exaggerating here, but like 5 seconds afterwards, having a fight between Bo-Katan and the Armorer. The Armorer having the Darksaber at this point, and then Bo-Katan could potentially take the Darksaber, hence her being King of Mandalore.
I'm going to talk about one thing that nobody's even thought of talking about, even though we have some confirmed news of things happening. People want to ignore it.
What's that?
What if Sabine gets
it? I can't see her doing that. I mean, she initially gave Bo-Katan the saber, so that's probably why.
Yes, and she has to cut. And as a Mandalorian, she'll realize that was a mistake. That it only can be won in combat. And when she left, at the end of Rebels, she said she has to find out her own way and figure out what her place is.
That's assuming she finds Ezra at this point. I can see that being true.
Yeah, but Ahsoka's on the mission to find Ezra. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna bring Ahsoka into season 3.
I think that's definitely a possibility for sure.
So I think Ezra being a Jedi, Ahsoka's gonna be like, he's my kind. I think that the Jedi will team up to go find him. That way you get them off the show for a little bit. And then it's just Mandalorian focus. And then Sabine finally embraces her spot in the Mandalorians, and then she goes for the dark saber. She is a pure blood Mandalorian, and she could unite every single clan.
Hmm.
Foundlings, yes, they're accepted into the clan, but they would never be chosen to be Mandalore, the leader, because you can't unite the purist if you do that. Only one of who comes from Mandalorian ancestry will be able to be embraced by both the purists and others.
Yeah, I can. I think I'm in the same boat as you. Yeah,
Oh,
essentially.
Nate, they're bringing in Sabine. They've already confirmed it that she's either gonna be in the Ahsoka series or she's gonna be in Mando season 3. So we know Sabine's coming, which I know Geeks is gonna be really excited for that because he loves Rebels. Uh, yeah, Sabine's coming. I just don't know uh, which show it's gonna be on.
I would think that the Ahsoka show will be the most likely one, because
Yeah,
I can see her like at least part if the Ahsoka series or if they're gonna have multiple seasons, I don't know. But at least part of the Ahsoka series is gonna be Ahsoka finding or trying to find Ezra. So I think in at least an
yeah.
episode or two, we're gonna have Sabine, and then
Oh
maybe
yeah,
that's when she will
I think season 1 of Ahsoka is going to be Ahsoka. The whole season is going to be centered about her on the search for Ezra and trying to find Thrawn and take down Thrawn. Uh, I think that's going to be the entire season, kind of like how season 1 was about finding, rescuing Grogu and trying to be on the run and find a place for him to finally be safe. I think it's the same kind of thing.
And I can see that. Yeah, because it would be really crucial.
Yeah. But yeah, there's so many theories right now. It's hilarious. I mostly wanted to give you guys some context to Mandalorians and how that certain theories that you'll be like, oh, that's ridiculous, and then certain theories you'll be like, okay,
Yeah, do you
because you
do
have a
you
lot of casual viewers in this, and yes, they'll pop in Grogu from time to time, but he's not
yeah, I
going to be
think
full time. And I think Luke Skywalker was used to get Grogu off the show as a full time character.
yeah, I still stand by what I said yesterday. That if we're gonna get Grogu, I know this guy. I'm going back to the Book of Boba for a moment, but if we're going to get Grogu in Book of Boba next week, spoiler alert if you guys have not seen the new episode of Book of Boba yet, but if we're going to get potentially getting Grogu in the next episode of Book of Boba, then there's that chance that we will see either Luke or Leia in Book of Boba.
Why would we see Leia?
Well, that's what I'm saying, potentially, because I think Grogu will be hanging around either with Luke or Leia. Maybe Luke is has assigned as the new Grand Master of the Jedi Order. Maybe assigned Leia and Grogu to go on a team together, like go on a mission together. And so happens Mando bumps into Leia and Grogu. I don't know.
Okay, here's what I think. I don't think we're getting Leia. Period. All right, I think Leia's going to be off with Han, spend time with Han, because this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. All right, possible 6 years after Return of the Jedi. So I don't think we're getting Leia or Han. I do agree with Luke though. I think so first the New Republic was formed, and then after that they built the new Jedi Order. So I think because it only being 6 years and that's going to take about 10 years, I think Luke is in the process of forming the new Jedi Order, and so he takes in Grogu and starts training them. And I think it's going to be a one-on-one thing with those two, or they might have a couple others. And then I think Ahsoka is going to come back, and we're going to have her searching for Ezra, and then somehow Sabine might be in there. She's gonna deal with the Mandalorian stuff, so we're gonna see Sabine react with Mando and Bo-Katan and stuff like that. So, dripping by to say what's up. Hey Antonio.
Hey Antonio.
We're talking Star Wars, dude. You got any? I was telling him about the Mandalorians and stuff like that, and how it is from then to current. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and Mandalorians would take some people in, even as adults. It's mostly foundlings, but foundlings can be in the tribe, but they can't lead the tribe. It's just like the mafia. It's just like the mafia, where you can only be in leadership if you are of that blood. It's all because you have a lot of purists. In Mandalorian culture, you have a lot of purists. That's what I liked about Clone Wars, because you had modern Mandalorians and then you had the purists. Purist was the Death Watch, which is funny because Bo-Katan was part of Death Watch. She was a purist, and then they bring her on Mando, and now she's not a purist. So I think that's hilarious. But yeah, Bo-Katan, if she won the Darksaber in combat, could unite the groups.
I think Bo-Katan will potentially have the best reach outside of Sabine, because of her sister being the Duchess at one point.
Yeah.
And I think out of respect to her sister, people will be more accepting of having her in there as the King of Mandalore.
We need more context of the armor. We don't really know much about her backstory. She's the leader of a tribe and a purist group that thinks that Mandalorians should keep their helmets on and that Beskar should never be used as a weapon, things like that. And they have been labeled a cult or a bunch of religious purists, but we don't know the deep diving on it. We don't know her backstory. What does she descend from? Which one of the top 3 Mandalorian families does she come from? What is her hierarchy? What is her experience with Bo-Katan? All she did was tell Mando Bo-Katan's backstory. How does she find that out? What is her history of Bo-Katan? Those are things that I'd like to see, and we will probably see in season 3 of Mando, which I'm definitely excited for.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that too. I can't wait for Mandalorian season 3, especially after the last episode.
Yeah.
Book of Boba. Oh, I can't wait. And the sad thing about Book of Boba, in my opinion, for me that's the best episode, but it was a Mandalorian themed episode. But I did enjoy the episode though.
Yes. She is, but the thing of Bo-Katan was she was never the leader type. She was always
a warrior type.
Yeah, she was always kind of the sidekick. She was never like the top. They had done a very good job to make her look like a top in Mando. But if you remember Clone Wars and Rebels, she was always taking orders from people. She was never really the leader type, the type to inspire like that. And Sabine was. So that's why they put Sabine with Bo-Katan. And then Sabine didn't want it because she wanted to spend time with her family and help that grow and find her place. That's why she gave Bo-Katan the Darksaber. Because at the time, she didn't have time to unite the clans because she was just working on uniting her family. So that was more important, and maybe later or something like that. But that was still the wrong way.
But now that she's older, has some more experience, and now
her family's whole, Sabine can finally reclaim because the Darksaber's hers. But then I think okay, she might run into Mando. You could do so many theories on how they're going to bring Sabine in, and all of them are good. But yeah, and
Yeah.
this is nothing against casual fans. This is just deep diving, and a lot of us, especially in the chat, are hardcore Star Wars fans. I'm not sure about Antonio. Me and him are still getting to know each other. Me and him talk on the wrestling stuff. But Jet Sparks is, you are, Nate is. So, like, this is a really good topic. And, like, the casuals won't understand, but, like, the hardcore fans, which is a lot of us, yeah. I get Book of Boba, and I understand everything that they're doing. So, I'm enjoying it. And then Season 5, oh, my God, dude. I felt like one of those girls at the Backstreet Boys concerts or something like that, dude. When I saw Amanda. I was like, oh, my God!
But I'll ask you this because I don't remember if I ever asked you this. Which do you think would be better suited for Book of Boba? The layout that they've been doing week by week episode layout, or pulling on Netflix and dumping the entire series or season onto Disney Plus?
What's that?
Book of Boba.
You said something about Netflix?
No, like I use Netflix as an example, but like you know how Netflix with Cobra Kai, for example, they dump all the episodes when the new season comes out.
I would have preferred that. I think it would have been better. Because, like, when I started watching Mando, it wasn't week to week. I didn't start watching Mando until a year after it came out. So I got to binge watch the entire first, and it wasn't until the finale where I had to wait a week. So I got to pretty much binge watch the entire first and second season. Week by week, I think, hurts it. I'm a fan of binge watching. So to your point, when you say would have been better, like how Netflix did with Cobra Kai. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
because you don't have a week to talk shit about the episode. If you didn't like the episode, you go to the next one. Maybe like it better. You don't like that one, you go to the next one. Maybe like it better. Do you think if they binged the whole 7 episodes, nobody would have ever bitched about 3 because they would have got the 5 in like 2 hours, and 5 would have been. Yeah,
and that's
I don't think they would
my
have got
point.
the criticism.
That's essentially my point, because like with Mandalorian, it could easily get away with week by week, because the way they end the Mandalorian in each episode, it kind of does leave you wanting more. With like Boba, I feel like what you said does kind of hurt it by doing week and week, because for the example you just said.
Yeah. Jet Spark says, I wonder if Lux Bonteri will return. Possibly. But if he did, he would have to be a whole lot older, because we haven't seen him since Galactic Republic era. So.
Who's that again? What's character is
Lux, remember when Ahsoka in Clone Wars went behind enemy lines and she met actual separatists that have been manipulated?
Oh yeah. I think I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
It took me a second to figure it out, but I figured, yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting, Jet Sparks. I'm definitely down for it. It's just who would get to play him and what age? Because, okay, we're going 6 years after Return of the Jedi, which is probably like a 30 or 40 year gap. And he was like barely an adult. So he would have to be in his 50s, kind of 50s or 60s. I might be a little off on the math, but yeah. Of course, in Star Wars, with the Force and everything, aging is not as bad. But yeah, he would, especially you have a 30, I want to say a 35 or 40 year gap. It's going to be a little bit.
Yeah, I want to say there's. Okay, so between like Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One, there's like about 19-20 year gap, and then the entire Galactic Empire fight, or in like, or the original trilogy took about 5 years, and then Mando takes about like 5 years after the offense of
Return of the
Jedi,
Jedi.
so it's like about 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the thing with Ahsoka, she's a Jedi and she's not human. So
is she really a Jedi, or is she a great Jedi at this point?
Yes. I would say yes and no. See, Gray Jedi use both light and dark. She only uses light, but she doesn't want to claim Jedi. That's the thing. That was the debate with Qui-Gon too. Revan was a great Jedi because he used both light and dark side powers. Because he believed that if you didn't use both, that you were weak, and that only by using both light and dark side together simultaneously could you ever reach your full potential. That was Revan's teaching. So yeah, that's a true gray Jedi. Mace, believe it or not, was a gray Jedi as well.
Yeah, because of the the style of lightsaber form he used, which was fat pad. He had to dive into some parts of the dark side.
Yeah. Aggressive Relaxing says, Gray Jedi don't exist as do or do not. They're not a thing, but some have a philosophy that they are. So yeah, the Jedi believe in do or do not. Sith are a little different. So you got all these areas and all these groups now, so it makes it beautiful. Rosario was okay. We're gonna debate this.
Rosario Dawson is awesome.
Let me finish the comment first, Phil, and then we can ridicule him for it. All right. Rosario Dawson was okay as her, though I prefer play her in live action. Who is that? The voice actress? Because not all.
Yeah,
Bo-Katan, Katie Sackhoff was a very rare circumstance. Most time that ain't gonna happen. All right. We can. Do you see Keith David actually playing Spawn like in live action? No, I don't see that happening ever. He just ain't got the look. But yeah, Rosario Dawson was more than okay. Rosario Dawson was absolutely perfect. She nailed that role. She looked good. She brought that character from she was playing more Rebels Ahsoka than she was Clone Wars. Because she was the adult one. She was pretty much doing Falcon. Ahsoka and Mando wasn't Commander Ahsoka Tano. That was Falcon. Because she's more passive. She's more adult. She can think about her movements before she just gets into a fight. And she's on the defensive line. So, and I thought she was amazing. It didn't mean that much to me because when I would watch Clone Wars casually, I didn't care for Ahsoka because I thought she was an annoying little twit. But then I watched all of it back and I watched all of Rebels. And I just thought Ahsoka was amazing. And then when I saw her on Mando, I got emotional. And I was just like, damn, that's good.
See, here's my stance on Ahsoka. I watch Clone Wars, the movie, was my favorite first Star Wars movie I've seen in theaters. And I do remember the blowback against Ahsoka at the time. I do. I was up for Ahsoka. I saw that she had a bunch of potential. Even though I kind of understood some of the hate, I thought she deserved more love. And now, 14 years later, I was proven right. And I loved seeing her in Clone Wars. When I first saw her in Rebels, I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" And then I was kind of teary eyed. Hey, Gamer White, I was kind of teary eyed when I thought she died in Rebels, but that would have been a fitting death for her. But then when I saw her in Mandalorian live action, I was like, "Oh my god, no! What are you doing to me, Dave Filoni? What?" That was awesome.
I knew they weren't going to kill Ahsoka. No way. Because if Rey didn't work, then you needed another female to fill the void. And Dave Filoni loves his women Jedi. Yeah, it was perfect. And Rey didn't work, so they're going to go to Ahsoka. I would not be surprised if Ahsoka doesn't get her own trilogy down the road.
I do think.
Just saying.
I do think at the very least, Ahsoka deserves her own movie.
Yeah,
And if that movie does well, I think that she's just
yeah, it'll spawn off into a trilogy. Watch, it's gonna happen like that. That's my prediction. I'm calling it right now. Ahsoka will eventually get a series and a trilogy of movies. All right, I'm telling you, because Rey didn't work out, and they have always wanted to push a female lead Jedi. Ahsoka is super over, super beloved by a lot of Star Wars fans, and they will do it. And because Favreau and Filoni, Ahsoka's Filoni's baby, he'll get in put charge of the project, and it will make money. It will be universally well received and beloved, and though everybody will get what they want.
And the great thing about her is that Dave Filoni already built her up to be a strong female for what Kathleen Kennedy wants. So she's already a strong female lead that everybody loves because character progression. He did it right. So thank you. And talk about Mara Jade. As far as I'm aware,
what about Mara
she
Jade? You
she
guys
does
know
not
how to read
exist
books,
yet.
right? You guys know how to read books and play video games. There's your Mara Jade.
Well,
That's all you're gonna get.
Well, which is why I was saying that at least in the Disney timeline, I'm referring to the Disney timeline. Mara Jade does not exist.
Yeah, it doesn't. And you're not going to retcon it. Mara Jade was cool for the books. You may get a video game out of it. That's fine. You could get a video game out of it. You get a fan film out of it. That's cool. But she's never going to get put that. Or
now,
if you give it enough time, then Mara Jade could possibly in the future. I've seen not a retcon, but I've seen stories redone given enough time. We could go Avengers, we go Justice League, you name it. Like you can name the story. If given 20 years, they could do another sequel trilogy, and that sequel trilogy could give you your Mara Jade and your Jason Solos and stuff like that. But it's gonna be a while.
Now, how would you feel if they had Mara Jade coming back in this in canon? And I know this might trigger some of you because sequel trilogy wasn't as good in my opinion as like the first two trilogies. But what if part of the whole massacre that Kylo Ren did was also Mara Jade? That's one of the victims, so Kylo Ren.
If you could throw it in there, then that would be fine. And the upside to the sequel trilogy is it never talks about Luke having a wife, ever. Which means plot hole, insert plot hole, bam.
And how do you feel about if they had a child, and do you think that child could easily survive or no?
Yeah, and they never mention it. They never mention Luke having kids. They only mention about Han and Leia having a kid. Of course, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. All right. Well, so they could still do Luke having kids. They could have Luke have with Mara Jade. You can still bring all that in because they did not give you a definitive answer if it ever existed in the first place.
Here's my third and final question to this whole Mara Jade thing related to the child. Since they went with calling Han and Leia's kid Ben, which in Legends, Luke was the one who had a child named Ben. How would you feel if they called Luke's child Jason? That's a total switch, flip flop between
because from Jason Solo, yeah, that'd be fine. All right, Jessberg says we Dave Simps for his own character. I think he's trying to say Dave Simps first. Of course, Dave Simps for his own character. If you come out with one character that was good among the others, you would simp for it too. Why do you think I simped for that Spawn stream from Sunday? Because that is probably one of the best streams that I've ever done. Of course, you have a good creation that's cool. You're going to simp the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, aggressive relaxes. Rey is one of the most popular characters in fiction. All of Star Wars is building towards the universe battling the Thrawn threat under Rey's leadership. I don't know about Rey. I think it's building a battle between Thrawn and Ahsoka. Ray Ray ain't got nothing to do with it. There is never
Yeah,
if
I
that
don't.
was the case. That was the case. Why wasn't Thrawn put in there during the sequels?
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think
Different timeline.
Thrawn. I don't think Ray's going to fight Thrawn unless it's going to be like after the fact, like after the sequels, which would be weird, and they would have to explain a lot. I don't think Ray will do that, especially since at this time in the Star Wars series, I don't think Ray's exactly born yet. And if she is, or exists yet, and if she does exist, I think she's either in her mother's womb or just an infant or a baby. So she wouldn't be able to really fight Thrawn at this point.
Jet Spark says Ashley is cosplayed as Ahsoka, so could have done. I'd have to see it definitely to see, but I think Rosario Dawson was amazing. The secret Luke kid would be awesome. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just they haven't in the sequels. They haven't introduced, hinted, or anything at Thrawn, and Thrawn might even be dead by that point. Because I would have to really get into the Thrawn trilogy books, and Enosh won't give them to me or let me win them in a contest. So, I definitely, I'll eventually get those books. But yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
he
Plo
was
Koon
definitely
was
one of
basically
her
the backup
unofficial.
master for it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He was kind of like her unofficial master.
It's
So yeah,
like
you're right.
all you guys have been through school, and you might not have had a direct teacher or a parent, but there was always someone you went to when you needed somebody and you couldn't get a hold of your parents because they were working or the teacher was busy. And so you'd go to a backup and they could give you just as good, if not better, advice than your number one sometimes. I went through that. I'm pretty sure you guys have gone through that. So that's what Plo Koon was. I love Plo Koon. Plo
Oh yeah,
Koon, as far as pure raw power, was stronger than Yoda.
Oh, speaking of Plo Koon for a moment, and this kind of does relate to the Luke Skywalker cameo in Mandalorian season 2. Did you know that one of the things that they did to hide that cameo was having like Plo Koon, like Photoshop Plo Koon's like lightsaber color and his head onto Luke Skywalker?
Oh, that would have been cool.
if
It's freaking awesome, dude. I love Plo Koon, dude.
I
Plo
can
Koon is a
find this
freaking boss, man.
if
And
I
the
can
way
find
they
this
just
edit
killed him off in episode 3 kind of pissed me off a little bit.
if I can find this edit, I will definitely send it to you.
But
Because
like, how are you
think
gonna
it
have
would
a
be a good
Jedi
edit.
die on a ship? It's embarrassing. That's why I never joined the Air Force. Because if I'm gonna die, I want to get my head shot off or boots to the ground, dude. I don't want to get blown up in a plane. That's kind of a puss way to die, dude. So yeah, I'm like they killed him in a freaking ship. But
Yeah,
another thing I
thought that
liked
weird.
was the thing that I really liked. I know we making a lot of Book of Boba references, but bringing back the freaking starfighter from Episode 1 that Anakin had.
Oh, that was
Oh
awesome.
my god, it was amazing.
I thought that was cool.
Rey will battle alongside Thrawn's sister to stop the threat facing the Chiss ascendancy, as seen in the recent Thrawn trilogy. Teenage Grogu and other heroes from the galaxy will fight together. That's a good theory. I'd have to read into it to see if it would happen. I don't think they're gonna bring Rey in because of, oh my god, the outrage would be insane on that. If you're putting Rey into like stuff, especially like Thrawn and all that EU stuff, and you bring Rey into it, whether you like Rey or whether you don't like Rey, it's gonna be controversial. And I think what Favreau's trying to do right now is unite the Star Wars fan base, not rip
Yeah, I
it
think that's what he's done because I do think, and you might feel slightly differently, but I do think like the Secret Trilogy did kind of divide this fan base, and that's partially on Ryan Johnson pretty much trying to do things the way he did things.
I think
In
they
the
were
last
just
Jedi.
directors. Directors don't have that much power to
I
influence the
mean,
whole
yeah,
thing.
essentially, yeah, you're right, but I
I
think
heard that the head of creative during that whole the guy who was putting most ideas pen to paper was Pablo Hidalgo.
well, Pablo Hidalgo, I'm sorry, he's an asshole. Like
Of course,
like
he's an
he made
asshole and his
fun of
creative sucks.
after
So
he
I
did
could totally see that. And the
after
way
what
he
he like
ripped
did
on
like
theory, yeah, the way
yeah,
he
I was gonna
ripped
say
on theory and all the other stupid ideas that he's come up with, I could totally see that.
yeah, I was supposed
And
to say
Pablo
after what he
Hidalgo
did
should
to
get
theory.
more of the blame for the sequel trilogy than anybody. I
Yeah,
think
I
he
was
should
supposed to
get
say
more
like after
blame than
what he did
KK.
to theory, making fun of theory after him crying at the Luke Skywalker cameo. I was like,
Feelings
come
are
on,
not
dude.
meant to be shared. Feelings are exactly meant to be shared. Feelings are exactly meant to be shared. That's why God gave us feelings.
Yeah, it's stupid because it's kind of like I know there's like in some people's head they have the stereotype where us men can show emotion, and how like women are supposed to be like over dramatic in their feelings. Like what the fuck, us men show our feelings. If you think that, then just get that thought process out of your head.
No, I do like this idea. And if they would have, I think if they would have given, this has always been my debate. I am not anti sequel trilogy. I'm the one guy who has debated with Phil on his channel in the past
I
for
can
the
attest
sequel
to that.
trilogy. All right. My thing is, I think if they would have given, and I like Rey, I think if they would have given her a better backstory, I think it would have, I said this on Phil's channel, that it would have been better received. And Phil actually agreed with me when we had that debate.
I still stand by that. I also
Yeah.
think that they should have like either kept Rey as a nobody or made her a Skywalker. And here's why. Here's why. The ending to Rise of Palpatine, as I like to call Episode 9, I feel like more fans would have been more accepting of Rey if she was, as Kylo Ren said in The Last Jedi, Rey nobody pretty much. Or in Episode 9, they say, oh yeah, you're a Skywalker. Kind of leaning in more into like the whole Luke having a child thing.
Yeah.
And him just like I was could lean into more of the reason why he was such a douchebag to her in the Last Jedi, because he knew she was his daughter. He did not want her to be wrapped up in this life, and he knew that could not be helped. So that could have been an added reason why Luke was a jerk to Rey, being a grumpy old man.
Well, if you know, here's my thing. I didn't have a problem with him being an old hermit, for the
I
simple
didn't mind
fact
that either,
that,
to be honest.
for the simple fact that if you know Mark Hamill, that's how Mark Hamill actually is. If
See,
you
with
know
me,
Mark Hamill, you know he is an old hermit.
with me, I wasn't like mad that they made him a grumpy old hermit, because they already established Luke trained a new generation of Jedi Knights. His own nephew turned the dark side, and so yeah, that could be one reason for him to feel so bad. But another reason it could be, yeah, in order for him to protect his daughter, he had to send her away because he felt like a dark side force growing. So, and to protect her, he sent her away at such a young age. It was hence why Rey wouldn't have remembered Luke until like being her father. That could have been like great character development in a way for both Luke and Rey simultaneously.
Says Kildor are awesome, the number one species I wanted to be in. Yeah, yeah, Plo Koon's species is really cool. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Says unite the Star Wars fans. The last Star Wars movie has made more money in birthday shenanigans. Let's talk. Like 12 dudes on the internet. It's more. It's a whole lot more than 12 dudes. You go look at Geeks and Gamers freaking community, the Menace community. It's in the thousands. And if you add them all up, it's hundreds of thousands. It's a lot
yeah.
of people that were upset by that movie. I didn't mind Force Awakens. Last
I don't think.
Jedi, just certain storylines in Last Jedi just felt cringe to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Holdo shoving her weight on freaking Poe just because she thought he didn't deserve to know anything. The Rose Tico stuff, how she sabotaged Finn, I didn't like, because in Force Awakens, they should have done is they should have had Finn and Rey training as Jedi's together. I thought that's what they were setting up, and then they course changed it. And then by the time they got to the end, you already teased the romance storyline of Kylo Ren and Rey, so you had to go there. You weren't going to go there originally because he freaking tortured her. All right. You were teasing Finn and Rey, which was a great storyline. Finn had a great story arc, and then you blew it. So you couldn't have course corrected, and that was the problem. If you could have gotten back to a point, where you could have built Finn up, then it would have been fine. So I didn't like those two elements. The rest of it, I didn't mind Luke dying because he eventually was going to die anyways because they were making him look like Obi-Wan 2.0. And his interactions with Yoda, to see him and Yoda together one last time, you know.
The Yoda scene was my favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite of the whole movie. So there were great elements. And then when Kylo Ren starts snapping the F out because he realized that freaking Luke was a projection and he didn't kill him by his hand, that Luke became one. Luke didn't get killed. He became one with the Force, just like Obi-Wan did. Vader did not kill Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan became one with the Force. All right.
Here's my stance on the whole Luke Skywalker death. I don't mind him dying. Like, I'm with you, Josh. At some point, he was going to die in the sequel trilogy. I'm in that camp where I feel like he still had a more of a badass way to die besides the way he did. I felt like that wasn't badass enough for the character, in my opinion.
He said if complaining about Star Wars was profitable in the 80s, Episode 5 would have blown up as being horrible. Yeah, when it came out, I remember because I was a wee little lad when, I was born a couple years after Return of the Jedi, but I remember as a kid, especially when they remastered all of them in the 90s. I remember that, and freaking Empire was not the better of the three. But it did have a lot of good elements. It did. It was Yoda attempting to train Luke. I liked them bringing in Lando. It was the first time we got to see Boba Fett. And then there was Bossk in there and the other bounty hunters. It showed that the Empire, within the ranks, despised bounty hunters and thought that they were scum. And Darth Vader had a soft spot for bounty hunters. The whole Hoth thing I thought was great. There were certain elements about the movie I liked, but then every middle movie always gets harshly criticized. If you look at every trilogy, people totally dunk on the freaking second movie out of a trilogy when it comes to Star Wars.
Well, let's be real. To keep on that term, I'll say this. Even though I met the kid who played Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones, the whole Padme and Anakin thing on Naboo was cringy as hell. And if I could skip one thing in the entire George Lucas era's Star Wars movies, I can easily skip the whole Padme and Anakin thing. That's the only thing I will skip in the entire George Lucas era, because I like that part was cringy as hell.
This is true. Jess Sparks says G&G said The Force Awakens was fine. Yes, this is true. But yeah, it's like every middle movie. And Daniel Logan was amazing as young Boba, all right? Nothing to take away from his performance. I don't take away from a person's performance because there might be a couple elements in a movie that people don't like. No, Daniel Logan as young Boba was freaking amazing. And every one of his parts hit. Because I hated that little fucking kid. All right, and that was his job because he was the son of Django, bad guy Mandalorian. And I always hated Mandalorians because they were opposition to Revan, and I'm the ultimate Revan simp. So yeah, so yeah, like Daniel Logan was amazing. So yeah, episode 2 was like my least favorite of the prequels, but Daniel Logan was still amazing in what he did as young Boba. So I'll say that. They were so upset they named their YouTube channels after a franchise and then plugged their productions. Oh, I agree for the most part, and everybody here knows I am not a fan of the Menace, but there's certain people I'm starting to get to know that are very nice people. Like if you ever hear me talking crap about Jay, it's not serious. I have met Jay over the past week, and I might give him shit for getting cold with this Florida weather, but that's just a friendly jab. That's all that is. That is nothing. That's nothing serious. Me and him are just fucking around. I like Jay.
And if you have guys like, and you can kind of say to a certain extent, I may not be a part of the Menace. I don't personally count myself as part of the Menace itself, just a fan of like Geeks and Gamers. But I know some people has counted me part of the Menace, but I'm not like, don't think like everything is gonna be SJW before it reaches out to be there.
Just because you're, and I learned this, Bill, just because you're a fan of certain content creators within that group doesn't make you a menacer. All right.
No, it's just like I said, some people, I've been accused by some few people in my time. Oh, you're a menacer. Maybe I like first when the Last Jedi came out, I would consider myself one, but after a while, I didn't consider myself as a menacer. I just agree with some of their points, not all of their points, but some of their points.
Yeah, some of them are legit, and some of them are way off base. So yeah, it's just deciphering which ones are good and which. I'll never get on the Ash train. I tell you, never, because that is so freaking off base.
And
you mean they introduce all new characters to Episode 5 to sell toys? Obviously. What trilogy hasn't introduced characters to sell toys? Obviously, none of it was planned. That's why they fired the director. Of course, yeah. But, like, I think the sequels were okay. I did not care for The Last Jedi because there were a couple of cringe moments. I'm not saying I hated it. It just kind of took me out. And my wife, who's a casual, like, I just started getting her Star Wars. She saw Last Jedi one time, and she's like, please never put me through that again. She loved Finn. And she hated Rose Tico. And that stuff really pissed her off. Because we spent the whole Force Awakens movie thinking we were going to go one way. And it's not just they put Rose Tico with Finn and didn't make him a Jedi. They dumbed the guy down to where he was barely noticeable by the time Rise of Skywalker came around. So
see, I was okay with them not making him a Jedi. It says that I was okay. But
but like
the not being noticeable part, I'm in the same boat as you.
See, the check. Yeah.
Then of course
you want Anna's head. You want Anna's head. I don't want Anna's head. I want her to admit that she was wrong and show a little respect to my freaking KOTOR. That's what I want. I want her to acknowledge that she was wrong for getting social media and YouTube in a frenzy and her fan base, and that she will do what Ryan Kennel did and give it a chance before she starts attacking it. And she will even admit she's not well versed in Old Republic lore. And she did not go on all the facts. I wanted Anna to go on all the facts before she starts reporting shit as fact. All right. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
What? Dare they make check notes? George Lucas Christian woke. I never once said it was woke. It's just. It just didn't feel right. I don't know if it was considered woke. Some people say it's woke. I don't know if I'd say it's woke. It's just, for me, it's just cringe. And you could spin that any way you want. Like, people are going to be so hyped when Finn shows up in a Disney show with a lightsaber.
So
But he's
okay,
not
here's
going to
the
show
thing.
up. Didn't John Boyega say he ain't touching Star Wars again for the rest of his
I
life?
think he's not. Since then, I think he's been more open to it. And here's my thing I was trying to say earlier. I forgot to mention this point. I was okay in the movies that they did not make him a Jedi. Yes, in the last movie they made him Force sensitive, and then in the Lego holiday special they teased that he was going to be a Jedi. I don't know why they would like do that whole little circle round around with us. But point
now we're
is,
getting
I would be okay if Finn was a Jedi from now on. And what does Luke Skywalker say?
I love this guy. I love
Josh,
this guy.
it
He
is
says,
your
Josh,
destiny
it
to
is
be
your
the
destiny
best."
to be the best. Bill TMT just talks about himself all day. He thinks he is special, but Josh, you will overtake them all.
Wow! That's my favorite Jedi too. Wow!
See, your hero Luke Skywalker gets it. We're the Order of Revan, and we will take
Screw
them.
you, Luke. Screw you, Skywalker. You were my favorite Jedi. You know,
And like, you want to know why I call my channel Order of Revan? Go look in the
I'm
sequel
happy-
trilogy.
I'm
And when
happy
they look
your
in
father
the
cut his
in
arm
Rise of
off.
Skywalker, when they look in the book of all the groups of the Sith, what was one of the groups that was in there? Oh yeah, Order of Revan. Bam. No,
I'm happy.
there was one
I'm
thing
happy.
that I wanted in Rise of Skywalker that was originally supposed to be in there because we saw the stills and then they took out. And that was the Revan Shrine on Exegol. That was supposed to be in the movie and it got taken out. And that pissed me off.
I'm happy your father cut your hand off in your fight with him on Bespin. And just for that, I just went no.
See, Luke Skywalker gets it. You know, we go way back. We had a lot of conversations.
Oh, you did you?
See? Look. The Jedi.
You read
with Josh,
we
I have
are
spoken.
with Josh. I have spoken. Wait, whoa.
Yep.
Are you not a fan of the Knights of Ren because your nephew is part of them?
Sure.
Is that the reason why you're going with Josh because your nephew is part of Knights of Ren?
No, we're all part of the Jedi Order. That's why. We got to stick together, man. John Boyega did that interview where he said, call me about doing the lines on well, that's cartoons. We're talking Disney Plus, we're talking live action. They're going all live action right now because they got to build that content. They got Visions, Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Rebels, stuff like that. They got a decent library of animated right now. They need to focus on their live action, and they are. We're getting Obi-Wan, Mando, Book of Boba, Ahsoka. I think Andor's coming out this year too. So yeah, they're working on their live action. They're really building the library now.
Though. Is anybody really interested in the Andor series? Because I'm not.
No.
I can tell you right now, out of all the shows that they're going to do, Andor's the show that I'm least excited about.
And another thing, I agree that John Boyega could come back. That's not out of the realm, especially if he said he's willing to. The thing is, you're going to have to give him something really good creatively to do that. Because the way they used him in the sequels, we all know for a fact, pissed him off. So yeah. Some weirdos saying they want to dissect Anna to see if all the defects about her are legit. That's terrible. Like I said, I don't hate Anna. I just think that Anna comes across as fake. And I would like to see her being authentic and not fake. So that's my thing with Anna. And if you're going to have the tagline of that Star Wars girl or that Star Wars anything or Star Wars in general, or make your channel based upon a Star Wars character, you need to be the most legit when it comes to information about Star Wars that is possible. You need to cite your sources and you need to be accurate. Mm-hmm. That's not just for Anna. That goes for Echo Base. That goes for Star Wars Theory. That goes for any Star Wars channel that patterns themselves after any Star Wars reference. That's my thing. I don't know who Anna is.
So Anna's YouTube channel is that Star Wars girl, and she kind of like Geeks and Gamers a bit. She dunks on Disney Star Wars for the most
Yeah, but
part.
she's more adult oriented. Geeks and Gamers is more, I would say, it could be for the whole family.
Yeah.
When they do the political stuff, obviously it's for adults. But they do the Mario Kart stuff, and they do a lot of their political stuff is on YouTube. Most of their cool stuff is on Twitch. They've toned down on that. Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, with
I will
Ryan,
agree. Yeah, that Star Wars girl is Anna, and she has given a lot of false information and a lot of stuff she does I don't particularly care for. I do like her artwork, though. I think she's a very talented artist. That's about it. I have a nickname for her. I call her that Star Wars hack. Yeah.
I do think that was I would even say on here before. I say it here before too, and I think on your channel before, but I'll say it again because I know said this on my channel. I'm a fan of Geeks and Gamers, and hey Raya, how you doing? And I'm a fan of Geeks and Gamers, and I'm a casual fan of that Star Wars girl, but I would have to say that they're way too rough on some stuff. It's more so like after thinking about it in our little debate, me and Josh, yeah, I think Anna a little bit more so than the Geeks and Gamers, but that's just me.
Good to see you,
But-
man. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're just talking Star Wars theories, all kinds of stuff.
I gotta have you on my channel at some point, Raya.
Yeah.
You are awesome.
Ray is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe Saggy said she wanted me to have her on. She wanted to have me on her channel. That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, I've been on Jackie's channel at least twice now. She's awesome.
I've been on channel once.
And I can brag because I had her on my channel once, and that was awesome. Her and Sasha, the puppet.
What got
That
me
was
was
awesome.
when she said, "Oh yeah, RJ knows everything Star Wars." I'm like, dude, I know Star Wars, and RJ knows more EU and stuff to like related to the movies, but when it comes to Old Republic, RJ ain't touching me. All right, RJ ain't touching me. Because we were getting in that debate, I was like, but what about this? What about that? RJ's like, I didn't know about that. I'm like, yeah. When it comes to Old Republic, RJ ain't touching me.
I see.
That all day.
Oh, I see.
Disney,
I was gonna say Rogue Disney.
Have you ever been in my chat, Rogue Disney? If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. But great to see you, man.
This is the first time I've seen him in your chat. Hey, Rogue Disney. Rogue Disney is awesome. Oh, yeah. I also had him on my channel once, and I got to have you on my channel again, Rogue Disney. He is awesome. He is
okay,
genuinely
you guys
awesome.
Can seriously watch Geeks and Gamers the rest of this Coast War. I don't watch them anymore. There was a time where I was, but I left. And,
yeah. Well, I watch Geeks and Gamers and the channels associated with them, with exception of Krista. And I'm a fan of them. Like I said, like I don't agree with everything they say, but I still find them entertaining. Like I like their Mario Kart streams. I do agree with like some of their takes, like Ryan's take, for example, on Alec Baldwin. I think Alec Baldwin, for example, is an asshole. I do agree with them about like with their takes about like the Last Jedi, pretty much for the most part. And some things that has come out since then, like though since I discovered them through the Last Jedi, there is stuff that I do agree with them and don't agree with them, but I am still a fan of them. And for the most part, except for Chris, me and Geeks and Gamers has a pretty good relationship.
That's why me and Phil are like opposites. It's like I guess good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Phil likes G&G. I don't care for G in the minutes. So yeah.
Well, like I said, the only one I really have an issue with at the moment that could easily be worked out is Krista. And
Says
I'll keep on saying that until Krista comes and
Rogue
messages me.
says it's too cold for parks this week. Yes, it is. Dude, do you live in Orlando too, Rogue? I live in Tampa, dude.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, Phil
Man,
TNT
you
is.
better be careful, man.
Wow, Jed. Wow, Sky guy. Wow.
Luke Skywalker says Phil TMNT is obsessed with himself. This is not the true Jedi way.
Hey.
I got one thing to
have
say.
You seen,
This is not
Lady
the
Phil?
way.
Have you seen Lady Phil? I am a simp for my female self. Yes, I'm obsessed with myself, but as a female,
That's
because
sad.
as a
You're worse
female,
than
I'm
Dave
freaking
Filoni.
hot.
You're worse than Dave Filoni. That's sad.
Hey, I'll take that as a compliment because female Phil is hot.
Okay. I am friends with Jay, so I'm not going to comment. I'm starting to become friends with Jay. He's a pretty cool dude. Hang on.
Oh yeah, Drunk 3PO is pretty cool. Like I said, I'm a fan of Geeks and Gamers, and that I made that no secret. I'm friends with Geeks and Gamers. I highly look up to like Ryan, Jeremy, Steph, Tugs, even like when my Discord got hacked.
Yeah.
There's been there was one of the well, technically two, but one person that I'm referring to really that is behind the scenes that we don't really get to see her face often. Where she also DM'd me on Twitter, make sure that I was alright. She was willing to help me,
Who?
as well as X-Ray Girl was willing to help me with my Discord issue, and I do appreciate them. So like, I do have a lot of respect for Geeks and Gamers personally, because like, with that story I told you, and like with
Okay,
the
cool.
story I told multiple times with like Ryan and Steph, so I got a lot of respect for Geeks and Gamers. As
All right. Rogue
from my
says,
personal experience.
I'm friends with Jay, so I'm not going to comment. Nah, I'm starting to talk to him a little bit more. I poke a lot of fun at him. I live in Tampa and he lives in Orlando, so I'm like, it ain't that cold, man. You don't need the Eskimo gear, Jay. All right. So,
Oh snap! Oh snap!
hey,
Pooh.
Poe, what's up?
It's more of my best friends. I wish I could give her an actual hug. First row hug.
Yeah, Poe's prettier than you are, so I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. If you're going to compare female Phil and Poe, yeah, Poe is prettier than female Phil. But I'm still a simp for female Phil, though.
I'm a simp for Poe. Simp for Poe all day, buddy.
This is why me and you
Show.
get along.
Like, you keep talking about this Jack show, and sorry, Jet Sparks. You're awesome, dude, but I don't know what the fuck Jack show is.
Oh yeah, I can back that up.
Who's drunk?
I've seen the Jack show a few times.
Who went on stream drunk? If Anna went on stream drunk, that is freaking hilarious. I respect the grind and work ethic they have, but don't get along with it. Exactly, Rogue. I'm there. I'm with you 100%, buddy. 100%.
Mm.
All that Phantom Menace crew lives. So yeah, Chris isn't as great as long as his artist. Yeah. I agree with you, Aggressive. All right. I try not to go there. I try not to get into political stuff. I want to make the channel clean, fun discussions where we can debate things and just have a great time. Not get political, because when you get political, you're going to piss somebody off. We can have a healthy debate, not piss each other off and walk out as friends. That's how me and Amin Fate became friends in the first place. We were on Phil's channel and we had a debate. He was anti-sequel trilogy. I was pro-sequel trilogy. And we came out becoming friends. And now that's one of my best friends and one of the nicest guys I've ever met on YouTube. And I look up to Amin Fate so damn much. And I love hanging out with him. Is like hanging out with my buddies from elementary school when I see him every now and then, or war buddies when I was in the army.
Fate is a really good guy.
Such a nice person, and just a cool dude to hang out with. I love hanging out with him. He's great. So yeah. Did someone say Star Wars? Yeah, yeah, Poe. Did Star Wars stream? Luke's back. Bill TMT's words are one. I, me.
Wow, Luke. Oh, right, because they don't allow the word simp on tweets. So
You get banned for
we're
saying
on
simp?
tweets. We're on tweets. We gotta not use the word simp. We gotta use what
That's
should I use?
shrimp.
We're
That's right. They use
shrimps.
the word
We're
shrimp.
shrimps.
Shrimps.
Yeah, we're shrimps. Hey, bro, have you seen Phyllis?
Phil in the first place?
Have you seen Phyllis?
He is the epitome of weird. All right, this dude dances around all day on Hot Dog Ewok and is entertained by it more than any follower he has on his channel. Phil is the epitome of weird. All right, but we still love him.
But have you
Oh, there you
seen? Have you? Okay, imagine this, plus a female, way more attractive.
That's sad.
I
Is that why you
cannot
shaved? Because you're thinking about going full female? I don't care. Do what you do.
Oh no. I need the multiverse to exist. This might sound egotistical a bit, but I would date myself.
Anna is a main of the Jack show. It's the initials of their name. Okay, that's fine, Jet Sparks. I'm just not into Anna. And her cosplay is awful. I can show you someone's page whose cosplay is amazing. All right, freaking, I got hashtag Josh has sources. All right. Oh my God, everybody's freaking plugging this stream. Thank you to Gaming. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Ambassador. You guys are freaking awesome. All right, give me a second. I'm going to show you guys a woman who knows how to do cosplay right. And I know Anna ain't watching this. She's like, who's that guy?
But by the tiny chance you're, hey, there you go. I had to do that to mess with you a bit, Josh.
It's okay. What do you think of that?
She is really buff.
Oh yeah, beast.
She has more of a six pack than I do. I'm jealous.
Than I do. What are you talking about? Oh look, she dresses as a demon in that one. That looking good.
I mean, she's pretty. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. She's pretty.
Rocks the body that rocks the party, dude. Look at that. Digging that Mario. Digging that Wonder Woman. That Harley Quinn. Yeah, see. Everybody agrees with me. She's a former female wrestler. That's why she's more buff.
See, if I didn't, if I did not have my eyes on someone already, I would say I would make the joke saying she has nice form.
Yes. And April has a podcast every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. EST. It's called The A Show with a former wrestler, and they just talk about life. It's like most of the time they don't even talk about wrestling. They just talk about everything. So that's her Twitter. April is a close personal friend of mine, and she is really cool. She actually has been working. She's been giving me advice on how to come up with a mock script because I want to be a script writer for, I haven't told people this, wrestling. I like doing storylines, and I've come up with a few things, and a lot of people thought it was good. And so eventually one of these days, I'm going to put in my resume at one of the local wrestling promotions here in Florida and see how it turns out.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wonder who that Luke Skywalker was. Huh?
You see his last comment?
I'm working on it. Rogue, yeah, they're not strict enough. A lot of half-naked women. Pose onto something. So words are more dangerous than thoughts.
I know, right?
Thoughts. I'm trying to figure out. See y'all gym time. Oh, Poe getting buff. That's what's up. You gonna get swole? It's all good.
Yeah,
Poe. We
always
love
make
you,
me
Poe. You're
want
freaking
to.
awesome.
Always
You
make
go-
me want to go to the gym.
Tell me
'Cause,
how many. Poe makes me want to go to the gym. Good God, I'm
Yes.
freaking fat.
Do you see me? I'm pretty much a twig. I'm a fucking twig.
I'd
She
rather
makes
be a
me want to
twig
go to
than
the
a
gym.
fatty. April's awesome. Yes, she is, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
This has gone down a strange road. I was talking about Phil trying to be admired with himself and Photoshop.
Hey, someone has to, right?
Freaky. Josh,
Uh,
don't thank Phil TMT. He isn't that big. You should thank yourself for letting him on hashtag Team Josh. Oh my God.
Well,
Oh my God.
and on behalf of Josh,
5,000.
you're welcome.
Go to Impact. Why? Tell me why, Nate. I'm not getting that.
Why is it that
Who's
the
playing
Backstreet
Luke
Boys-
Skywalker? Is that you, Nate? Are you trolling?
Why did it like the song "I Want It That Way" pop into my head? I want it
Because
that
I made a
way.
Backstreet Boys reference
Tell me
earlier.
why.
That could be it.
Wait, what?
I made a Backstreet Boys reference earlier. Do you know how over they would be if they were around now? It'd be insane. Everybody'd be jamming out the Backstreet Boys, bro. Oh, we watched AEW last night. I cover AEW and I do the pay-per-views. It's just people were asking me to do the freaking WWE shows. I cover all wrestling promotions, dude. And I don't want people, if you have ones you dislike, okay. But if like I'm trying to gain a wrestling community. We're doing a wrestling weekend. Tomorrow night we're doing the SmackDown watch party. Then we're doing Royal Rumble. And then I'm gonna do a wrestling recap for the week Sunday. This is a big wrestling channel. I mostly cover wrestling and Star Wars. I'll do other movie topics, but it's usually those two. And so yeah, Rogue Disney. If you like wrestling, we cover that stuff here, and would love to have you. But yeah, I cover all the different wrestling groups. I show respect to all of them. So I want to create a good, positive environment here. But thanks for hanging out with us, Rogue. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had we're at an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing if anybody else got any comments before we finish up, because I know Phil's got to get ready for school. He's in college right now. What are you majoring in, Phil?
AA theater.
Oh, nice, theater, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to be a writer. My dad always he's like, son, you should get into acting. I'm like,
Oh, my parents are like the opposite. They say, "Oh, you should try to like find alternatives." I literally one time said, "Fuck you! My backup is my plan A. Screw you."
Says it's been a hot minute since I watched wrestling. I have more friends on it. Oh, that's cool. I haven't watched MMA in a while. I know of Conor McGregor and Belfort, but that's about it. Like, I was a huge fan of Randy Couture when he was fighting. But yeah. The John Cecil Kelsey Comics Gate. I'm sorry, dude. Comics are dead. I do wish
who
Mandy
cares
and all
about
them all the
comics?
best, but it's like the newspaper. It's not what it once was, and it eventually is going to phase out, just
Which
like
reminds-
the PR and just like the DVD.
Which reminds me, like, I have like this comic book of the Ninja Turtles that's called Urban Legends, and since next since it's my birth month, I'm planning to like do like Ninja Turtle eccentric theme month streams. So I got
I know what Nate's talking about. When I made my thing that I was gonna put a resume into for creative writing. That's to promote. He wants me to put one in for that. Okay. Yeah, I could do something with the talent, but it was just I couldn't work with Mickey James or Gail Kim. It just wouldn't work. Too many egos. Good morning, guys. Just wanted to say hi. Can't stay long. Oh, thanks, Christine. Good to see you.
Oh my God, Christine. Hey, Christine. You should have seen my stream yesterday, Josh. Because I
Thanks for coming
shaved.
by, Rogue.
And
Hang
yes,
on.
yeah, bro.
He says, I have
Awesome
to get
seeing
back
you,
to
man.
editing, so later. Thanks for coming by, Rogue Disney. Great to see
But yeah,
you, man, and good luck with all your work and success, dude. Thank you so
You
much
should have
for
seen
coming
my
by. I
live
appreciate
yesterday.
it.
Because I let my inner girl out in my live yesterday.
Oh my God, some of them freaking photoshops are freaky as fuck, dude. I'm just, some of them are like. And you know we're boys, Phil, but come on.
I even made Photoshop of the people from inside the booth. So like the Dan and David, which are brothers, I made them as girls. And I gotta say, Dan looks like a very beautiful girl. And then I made one of Tabitha, Jimmy Tabitha, because she's part of that. And I showed it to one of my friends, and me and him pretty much both agreed that Tabitha as a dude looks like a wild dog from Arrow.
You know, I'm racking up people for my squad, dude. I'm racking up people. I got Nate. I got Luke Skywalker. I got Tabitha. They have all hashtag Team Josh. All right. So man, I'm getting the stars.
Yeah, I'm still kind of jealous about Tabitha choosing Team Josh over there. a bit jealous.
That's because you had laptop issues. I don't know if she would have decided it, and you abandoned me for 5 minutes, according to her.
Wow.
I didn't care, dude. I got my own show. I know how to do this hosting thing, and I'm really freaking good at it. Because as we do in every stream, let's go check the subs. I do this at the end of every stream. We go check to see our sub count and they give praise and thanks to all you awesome, beautiful people. Dude, I just saw that. We picked up another sub today. Thank you. Let's see. Revkev. I don't know who that is, but thank you for subbing, buddy. If you guys want want me to cover anything, just let me know. Here we go. Spread the word. Hashtag Team Josh.
Luke, what?
He looks like a baby face. Yes, it does look like a baby face.
That's what some people said to me in my
Yeah,
post yesterday too. That
Nate, plug them all.
I got my baby face now.
I don't think Luke Skywalker has his own channel, but yeah, Luke Skywalker is back. Spread the word. Team Josh.
I'm happy. I'm happy your nephew turned to the dark side. that's my comeback for that, Luke. I'm happy your nephew turned to the dark side.
Jetspark says Splitgate new season is live. What is Splitgate?
Okay, so Splitgate is a game. It's kind of like Halo, Call of Duty.
Okay.
Had a relationship with this game called Portal. They messed around, had a baby, out came Splitgate.
Oh my God! Gaminger once sent me something, and I gotta agree with him.
What's that?
Let me add this real quick. I'm gonna show you. Gaming sent me this. He said, "Why is there a Halo ring in Star Wars?" I don't know,
yeah.
Gaming, but you were on to something, my friend. You were definitely on to something, bro. Oh, you can't pick a side. I was about to say we got Christine on board.
Yes, she's also Team Phil. See, Phil,
you can have Christine. That's fine.
See, Christine is awesome. I see.
And plus, you got the Mandy simping thing, which will probably win over Christine. You can do things that I can't.
See. I'll try my best to lure Tabitha to the dark side. and Mandy too. So I cannot beat you.
It's
Saggy
okay.
might be difficult. Saggy might be a bit difficult.
Saggy side with me all day.
Oh,
Saggy.
we gotta fight this out then.
You can't
Saggy.
turn on your own child, okay? Saggy is siding with me all day.
Saggy, if you're
like
watching
the nephew, I'm like the son. All right.
This is going to be a question for Saggy. In the playback, whose team are you on? Team me?
No, Team Josh and Team Phil. Dude,
Team Phil?
I'm like Saggy's child.
This guy
she would not turn on me.
Oh, really? You want the Ansat dog?
Dude, we got a family going on. Me, her, RJ, Hans. Dude.
Oh.
That's my peeps. What are you talking about?
Oh, bring it on. If you
love people talking about themselves all day, Phil TMT is your guy. No, I gotta let me say something. I gotta disagree. Phil does let other people talk about themselves. The thing is, Phil is more entertained by himself, by everything that he does more than anybody else on the planet. So does he love people talking? Does he talk about himself all day? No, but he gets entertained by himself all day. I'll say that.
As soon as I never heard with him, I would hear.
But I just want to be on one team. You want to be multiple teams? You want to pull double duty, Christine? Okay. Christine wants to be a double agent, guys.
We gotta watch our backs against her.
After they talk about himself first. No, man. Like Phil does a lot of stuff. And freaking, I love Phil's a lot. Like when he reviews certain shows, like whether it's Book Above or Cobra Kai, I love his breakdowns. And he seems fair, legit, straight down the middle. Like, and I mean that Phil's reviews on like shows and movies and stuff, I think is probably one of the best on YouTube. Period. And that's me being serious. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I met Josh. Now that I'm gonna shield him for a moment, I met Josh on one of my Phil open mic streams. The same day as I met Fate, Amen Fate, which he talked about earlier, which I am in total agreement with what he said. Love you too, Christine. And our first time meeting would have been like my second open mic, I think, but it wasn't called open mic at the time. And I remember Josh being so like impressed at like our conversation, which he kind of teased earlier with Amen Fate, how like we were debating about the sequel trilogy, right? For example, just like more pro or I think pro sequels. Well, Fate is anti, and correct me if I'm wrong about that. And then I'm like kind of like I like the sequels, but I don't really like I do like certain aspects of the sequels, but as a whole, I think they're a hot mess. But Josh and I, like Josh was like so really like happy that we had a debate without getting offended. And ever since that day, we've been great friends. And Josh has brought up really good points, whether it's about like Star Wars or my situation with Krista or Kissing Gamers. Me and him has gotten into debates, and he never took what I said personally. Like, oh my god, you said that? Cancel, Phil. No, he's really cool, and he's a really nice guy, and I'm really lucky to have him because as a friend, because he has definitely helped me to improve as a person. I really do appreciate having someone like Josh part of my life, because I know like. Even if I don't agree with everything he says, he's coming from a place of care, and I do respect and appreciate that. I know that was long-winded as hell, but still. But yeah, Josh is awesome.
She says, "Okay, I picked Josh for now." It's okay, Christine. First of all, Phil, I appreciate the kind words. That does mean a lot. But like, me coming from a Christian background, I'm like, what would Jesus do? You know, be kind to others. I try to be empathetic, put myself in someone else's shoes. So yeah, definitely. Dude, where did your avatar go?
What avatar?
Oh, you getting a new one?
Christine the. Oh!
You gotta pick the right side.
Go back to Act 2. Go back to Act 2. Be a hermit on Act 2.
Luke Skywalker
Later.
might change later. No, the real question is, whose side is Saint Ravage on?
Saint Rabbit, if you're listening to this, I'll give you some of my old comic books. If you pick my side.
If you pick Ravage, if you pick my side, I'll give you young whippersnappers to yell at. So yeah, there you go. Nate says, first of all, this is the first. No, you didn't. You plugged her at least twice. And now you're plugging people worse than Keely Chow right now. Look, anytime I mention a name, channel. No, Keely Chow is amazing, but what she does is she plugs people's channels in certain communities that you're not really supposed to plug their channels. And I know for a fact that it ticks off certain people by doing that. If you're going onto Max's channel and you're plugging Geeks and Gamers, that's literally like going into Trump's house and trying to plug China. All right. You just no. You don't plug anything Menace on Max's channel because according to Max, the Menace is the enemy. All right. That's the context that I'm trying to give. Look, Nate's plugging Christine. Dude, freaking Nate plugs everybody. Well, who else you missing? You got Jet Sparks, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got Jet Sparks. You already got Rogue Disney. Who else? Who else? Hey Nate, go plug your Discord. How about that? Plug your Discord, Nate. Nate's plugging everything.
Yeah, Keely Chow is cool. Team Josh, I made the pick for him because he's not home right now. Wow! Okay, there's a typo. There's a typo because I think Christy meant Team Phil. I think she meant Team Phil, Team NT. I think there was that. I am from Geeks and Gamers.
He says, I will reveal a little about myself. I'm from G&G in the Krista Nova community. Can't be. Can't be, dude. Freaking.
Well,
Krista Nova doesn't even like me. Doesn't even know about me.
Well, if you
nor do I care if she likes me or knows about me.
If you're in communications with her, tell her to DM me.
Team Josh. If you guys are doing that just to hate on Phil, don't hate on Phil. Go for Team Josh if you really like me. I'm gonna do something evil. Dang, I thought you were Luke Skywalker, Nate. That's something else. Somebody else.
Oh, Luke said we don't know all about you, Josh. # Team Josh.
You know all about me and the fact that This is we know all about. You know the fact that I dunk on Crystal all the time. I don't dunk on her all the time.
I was supposed to say you do know he
just got home,
right?
I don't really dunk on Krista. I don't know her, but like, I'm very cynical. So you gotta understand. Oh, there he goes. Nice plugging channel 66. Nate, don't forget the Discord. Don't forget the Discord. It's called the Hating Order, where we like to hate. No, I'm kidding. It's just in his name. That's why we call it the Hating Order. No real hate there. Saint. Yeah, I read that already. Oh, we know a lot about you. Yeah. Oh, that's surprising. Hey, Luke Skywalker, I hope that one that's creepy. Two, I hope that Anna doesn't watch the show. I really dunk on her a lot. I'll offense.
I know it can't be for me because by the time my I guess you can't say like about term feud with Krista started, it was like before. I want to say it was after I met Josh, and it was
watch. What watch?
Come for Josh for that watch.
For that watch. Yeah, like, man, where's everybody at? We I appreciate you guys being here, but I thought Goonies would have shown up.
He's probably like sleeping or I don't know.
Oh, it's fine. It is perfectly fine. I love hanging out with you guys. This has been real fun. Thank you so much. Thank you to Phil. We're probably gonna wrap it up because it's almost time for him to get headed out for school. But Phil, you want to plug your stuff? Where can the people find you?
Okay, so you guys can find me as I turn on the camera, so you guys can be scarred for life with this face. You guys can find me on YouTube as this name as where I do like gaming streams. I'm currently doing Avengers as my gaming stream, and I also do open mics where, and thanks Nate, I also do open mics where I let you guys, the audience, hop on to the panel where it's kind of like in this format, but I let you guys hop on. I send a link to the streaming ads in the chat, so and if you guys want to hop on and talk to me, you guys can. And it's my way of trying to get to know you guys more, and you guys getting to know me a bit more too. And I do movie reviews, gaming reviews. I do also have a Kingdom Hearts channel called Phil the Keyblade Master, where I talk strictly Kingdom Hearts because I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan as well as Star Wars. So yeah, that I'm thinking about like doing a similar format as my YouTube Phil TMNT channel where I do open mics as well on that channel. But that's like in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me. Phil the Keyblade Master and Phil TMNT on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch as Phil TMNT, on Getter as Phil TMNT. I forgot my Instagram handle. Yeah.
Oh no! I said yes. He does open mic because he has no material or creative. Now I got my evidence that freaking Phil's plugging everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, not Phil. Nate. Nate, if you're going to plug people, explain why you're plugging them. He's plugging Mr. Matty Plays because Mr. Matty Plays did a deep dive on the truth behind KOTOR Remake. He's got proof. He's got sources. He has freaking found all the lead writers of Aspire who are on the project. He has found proof of where Sam Maggs is on the project as a regular writer. Mr. Matty Plays is very good. And if you want to know the truth behind KOTOR, Mr. Matty Plays has done 2 big videos on deep dives and has proof and sources on that proof. So his channel's really good. So that's why.
I also did a review or my reaction to the KOTOR remake trailer.
He's done that too, and I really like his take on it. I understand if you have hesitations, but don't completely dunk on it. Just wait before you judge. You know, I always say don't knock it until you try it. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Phil. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thank you, Christine, my executive producer, Nate, Luke Skywalker, whoever you may be. Thank you for being kind. Even if you're from the G&G community and Christanova community. Thank you.
And again, if you
very nice and respectful to me, I always appreciate that. I don't care
if you're in contact with Chris, tell him to message me.
I don't care whether you're pro or anti-menace. We're here to celebrate Star Wars and all the things that we love, and I want to do it in a positive and respectful way. I'm back on track. We're doing great positive things. We're doing this weekend's gonna be wrestling weekend for us, so we're covering all kinds of content. We're doing a watch parties Friday and Saturday night, so come check us out. We'll have a blast. Even if you don't like wrestling, just come hang out with us. We'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about. But thank you for the love and support. Still 83 subs in just 3 weeks, and that's absolutely amazing. That's thanks to all you guys. Thank you for people who weren't here. Thank you for RJ Saggy for always keeping me on track. Thank you for Paul and Jess. Love you guys. And until next time, you have a great day and take care.
May the force be with you.